everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Apocalypse Keys, the Manananggal Murders, part 3. Part
Make it 3.
Because last session was like a 0.5, so that's why I didn't know where we stood. Anyways, today is September 17th, 2023, and you are loved. And that is a very important message that we like to begin each and every single one of these sessions with. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find, go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards where anywhere audiocasts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us again at patreon.com/indooradventures. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube and Twitch. You found us on Blue Sky, all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, well, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got crop tops, we got throw pillows, mugs, shower curtains, aprons, clocks, and we also have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, where all of the proceeds of our merch is currently going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause, or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So, hey Noir, who are you playing today?
I'm playing Joe. Who you might know by his given name, Judas Iscariot, the betrayer of the savior of mankind. Not the greatest betrayal in the world. I think the Chicago Bears betraying their fan base is a deeper betrayal. I'm sad. I go by he, they. They go by losers. You should move on to the next person. You'll get not here but tears.
Which is me. Hi, everybody. I am Anita. My pronouns are she, they, and today I am playing Dynast, who is a angel of the Lord and wants to attack and dethrone God. That's it. That's all.
I love that. Hey, everybody. It's me, SirHeckaLot. And as per usual, tonight I am playing Eden, the found playbook, who is our manifestation of nature and is going to be facing some consequences, TM, from last time.
I am the indoor adventurer. Tonight I shall be playing as Lucius Alexander, who uses he, they. They go by the Hungry Playbook. I'm excited for tonight.
Not as excited as I am because my internet's stable, y'all. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
I am Sarah Roberts. I use any pronouns. I'll be your little buddy, your little pal. I'll be a cool little dude for a little bit. Do you want to just jump into the intro? And then we'll do the summary?
Let's toss that intro up there.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
There are things that go bump in the night, and we are the ones who bump back.
did
We
it.
are.
We played the
are
right
back.
intro.
Look,
Uh-huh.
I don't know about y'all, but I guess we're just gonna play some D&D tonight. Roll initiative.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Okay.
Let me
I
get my
couldn't
D20.
That's 16.
Still not the worst game plan I've seen today.
I have dark vision.
Oh gosh, last week we spoke a little bit to some more members of the residents here. Excuse me. One of the victims who we thought was gone, Lily Bautista, was returned and was babbling incoherently. You all tried to get more information out of them, but it was clear that whatever trauma they have gone through, their mind has been left broken. And you are not getting much more than the vague prophecies that they were spouting out. You were all accompanied by Emily Santos to go find your contact, Sister Teresa, where some of you had another drink and a good chat. And as you headed off to another location, Eden, what were you trying to do with the elder?
I think at the end of that conversation, Eden kind of focuses on the environment. And this temple is really awesome to her because of all the flowers and natural elements around. She feels very comfortable here. And thinks to herself, I think for a minute, that could be possible that the elder knows things that the elder doesn't know. That what is no pronouns. Trying to figure out what their name was again. I know it's here.
Elder
and
Urda.
Elder Urda.
Or Dua, sorry.
Urdua. Yeah, the Elder Urdua might not know something that the elder doesn't know, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to look into that a little bit more. And kind of focusing on the environment and just kind of reading everything as a larger picture. She loses control, it looks like, because I rolled a miss.
You did roll a miss, and that was where my internet cut out last week. So let's pick up right there, shall we? You try to connect with the elder, and as you do, your psychic powers meld with the elder, and memories far older than anyone else in this complex has, save apart for maybe some of you. And you and the elder together relive what hardened the elder's heart against humanity and its cruelty. You witness on this very land a terrible battle that was waged against the Manananggal people here. You watch from beginning to end as their numbers dwindle against the humans, as they are slaughtered, and they are pushed back further and further and further. The elder's far younger. The wrinkles are gone. There is no gray in the elder's hair. As they use the last of their magic to push back the humans and save what few Manananggal they still can, nearly ending themselves in the process. As they are being forced to relive this with you, the rest of you watch as the elder stares off into the middle distance, completely transfixed within this vision. The elder is quietly speaking, incoherently, or maybe it's a language you all don't understand. But there is nothing but horror and terror behind their eyes as they watch their people once more be slaughtered. This is not an event they can relive and recover from. They begin to scream, and unless something can be done, to safely pull them out of this vision that they are locked in with you, Eden. The mind of the elder who has led these people for so many centuries will be lost to them permanently. So, Eden, you are fully aware in this instance. What do you try to do as you are locked in this with them?
I think that first off, Eden is very frustrated with herself at this
Mhm.
point that this is happening. Um, she caused this. And there's some fear. There's definitely some fear in that. Which is one of the darkness tokens things. So I would like to gain some darkness tokens for that before I forget.
Mhm.
And I mean, yeah, I'm also like, am I tangentially in this vision or
It is as though you are standing next to the elder in this scene.
okay. I think all of this and I guess the flavor text for, darkness within you takes hold,
Mhm.
is that this entire scene has awakened something that was dormant in Eden for a while. What she tried to awaken in the last mission to, scare away the beings that were chasing them, but she couldn't wake it up. But this, seeing these humans doing what they are doing, um, awakens that destructive nature, um, that's been lacking so far, or that we haven't really seen so far in Eden.
Mhm.
Um, so like, would it be possible for Eden to somehow lash out against these humans in the vision? To
It
like take away the threat that is currently
it is.
okay.
Now, the second part of this miss is that the keeper tells you what price you must pay to save them from the worst of your powers. You can attempt to alter the vision within this shared space with them. However, you will take on the elder's fear of humanity in the process, and that will walk with you.
Yeah, I think she would do it.
Okay. In this vision, what does it look like when Eden pulls forth all of that mighty power from the garden and protects the elder?
I think just based on it's a lot of vines and different like flowers and things, right? Um
It could be, yeah.
I think it's almost like she pulls all of these vines and everything around the two of them, almost like this embrace, if that makes sense. Almost like if it is a shield to defend them from whatever is happening on the outside. Um, as I think if the elder is okay with that,
The elder has no
also,
choice.
yeah, okay. It was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
but also okay with Eden actually giving the elder a hug. And just, I mean, there are tears streaming down her face at this point,
Mm-hmm.
as she just very quietly whispers, "I'm sorry."
Mm-hmm. You all see this happening around the pair. Something's obviously gone wrong at this point. You are welcome to do things to support Eden in saving the elder, but the elder will be saved based on Eden's sacrifice. Eden, within this vision, you watch as all of this flora and fauna that you have reached out to erupts around the two of you within the vision as well. And it pushes back this warlord and his forces until he can no longer be seen. There is nothing but you and the elder, and a sea of wildflowers surrounded by high walls made up of trees and vines and ferns. And when you and the elder are ready, you can exit the vision safely.
Yeah, she'll eventually hold out a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I can help you out of this. I'm sorry.
The elder looks at you, seeing you here for the first time, and takes your hand and follows you. And as you walk through this field towards one of the walls, a door opens and a light shines through. Back to reality. The rest of you on the outside see these vines begin to slowly fall away. And as Eden and the elder come out of this shared vision, they fall away to reveal Eden and the elder, with Eden sitting on the ground, holding the elder's hand as the elder leans against her on the floor. Heck, I'll let you take it over from there.
I mean, I think Eden is just kind of sitting in silence with this.
Okay.
We know the cost that Eaton paid.
You know something went wrong. You don't know what the cost, since you weren't in the vision with them.
So I think Lucius, seeing the two of them here, after they got like wrapped up in vines and all of that, I think he's gonna go and inspect and kind of give like a look over, because we're relatively speaking, we're an established party, right? Like as far as our group goes. So this might not have been the first time that we've seen Eden's powers kind of go a little haywire. So I think that for Lucius, I think that he would probably start, as somebody who is familiar with the idea of like taking things from other people that are like embedded in them, and having spoken with the elder earlier, he's kind of like, he wants to look in her eyes and see if there's like a change in the way that the light hits them, kind of thing. Like if something, does she look different after this happened? And then same goes for Eden. I think that he would want to try and establish like what happened, essentially.
The elder looks exhausted.
Okay.
As something integral to who they are was taken from them. The way that they are leaning against Eden as you move down, their eyes are closed, almost as if they are resting now.
Okay. And then
but their breathing is steady. They don't look any different. But heck, how does Eden look? Have there been changes?
I think a lot like how the elder looked, just kind of the 1,000-yard stare. Just trying to process everything that she just saw. And I feel like starting to meld with her own memories of everything that's happened since joining the organization and everything. Almost as if when Lucius passes over whatever light source and causes that shadow for a little bit, and then the light shines back on her, it's almost like she flashes back to the first time that the harsh light of whatever machinery or something like that unearthed her, or she was found, when the darkness of the earth was brought away from her. It kind of snaps her back, I think. She just kind of looks at Lucius, still kind of silently, but like you can tell just by her expression that yeah, something went wrong.
Yeah, I think Lucius, I think he would ask, "Are you all right?"
I don't think so. Not at the moment, but I don't think we have the time to unpack that right
It's
now.
better than dead. And her?
Better than dead.
I think he'll nod. He will take off his suit coat and he will hand it to Joe. And he will like put his arm underneath Elder Erdua and like try and like lift her up.
You can definitely do that.
And then either move her to, I think he would move her to the stone seat, that like relic that is here in this place.
Okay. You can definitely do that. And as you do that, passing through the room to the stone seat, you notice something as the clock ticks forward once more.
It doesn't have to.
Uh-oh.
Actually, it does.
Go.
The vines have been pulled away from one of the walls, revealing secrets. There's a secret of yours. You clock instantly. There are secrets of others. Maybe some of them are your friends, of the people living here. But what catches your eye the most is what appears to be a prayer or a prophecy. Or is it just a poem? Where the four tributaries converge, the angel shall witness the betrayal of knowledge. The father of gates are lost to ascension, and the mother of all will consume the universe. And I have that written out for you all.
Oh, thank God.
Just gonna see that and go, oh, they wrote about us.
Someone did.
Also, Joe is going to take a look at the label of Lucius's coat and go, cheap.
It's from the Gap.
No.
It was a travel
That's the
suit.
rack.
Disgusting. I'd want the world to end too if I was caught at the
The Gap is the real harbinger.
The final door of the apocalypse is actually the doubles in front of the Gap.
I thought
One
that
of
would
those
be
Gap
Banana
Old
Republic.
Navies.
While Lucius makes his way over to the Elder, I think Joe is going to head over to Eden and just kind of go, it's been a while since I've seen you pop off like that. You okay?
I don't think I was supposed to do that the way everything happened.
I don't think there's a supposed to. I think we just do things. Can't imagine there being a plan if this is what everything is, you know?
Depending on your set of beliefs, yeah.
Well, if there is a plan, I can officially say that it sucks.
Yeah.
So you just did a thing. Didn't go the way you planned, but it happens.
It happens, but I really could have made everything here a lot worse.
When isn't that true? You can make things worse wherever you go. I mean,
Yes, you're
that
right.
doesn't That doesn't make you special. I can make things worse. Lucius didn't usually makes things worse. So does Dynas, now that I think about it. Not gonna let this eat you up, are you? Because that's my shtick. We can't have two people do that.
Well, we'll see. I don't
See,
know.
you
It's
messed up again. You were supposed to lie to me and say you won't.
you know, I'm horrible at that.
It's almost like you're a good person. Or harbinger or entity, whatever the fuck we are. Hold on to that. It'll be useful.
Okay. It was just very scary. I've been really just afraid of what has been sleeping within. I've heard it stir a couple of times now to actually see it lash out at anyone, especially, someone we're trying to help. It's terrifying.
That's power. Its stirring just needs attention, and sometimes it lashes out. You know what I tend to do to quell my own stirring? Shenanigans. You want to help me tear the lining of this jacket so when he puts his hand in the sleeve, he goes into the lining?
Do you really want to deal with Lucius being grumpier than he usually is for the rest of this trip?
Don't you?
It is kind of funny.
I left a couple of stitches. Just give it a pull.
She'll pluck at one, a single one, and then be like, oh, that didn't feel as good as I thought it would.
Oh no, the good feeling comes when he puts it on and he tries to look cool. And then he's caught between the fabric and the lining. It's gonna be great. Trust me. Especially if it's like an emergency and we have to flee. Oh my god.
As you two are having your shenanigans. The two of you and Din notice Lucius over at the wall and see the writing. And I need all of you players to tell me what secret about you is written on the wall. Oh no, I asked a scary question.
I'm trying to
I have
think.
mine.
It's like, oh.
Mine is all it says is the hunger does not belong to the library.
Mine says he would have did it for 10.
No.
Oh no.
I am posting these in our
Okay.
Discord so that way we remember
You're
what horrible
amazing.
shit that we
Yes,
said
please do. That's
about
amazing.
ourselves.
Yes. Okay.
Normally I have to be trying to sleep for me to remember the terrible things that I said about myself, but like this way we can just record it live.
I had that secret in the pocket since I made this character.
Okay, maybe going off of that format a little bit more.
With Eden, it could be something that Eden doesn't even remember.
That's true. And maybe that's like a good thing to tie into this. That the flood lasted 39 more days than it should have.
Yeah.
We're brutal.
You said 39 or 31?
39.
Okay.
It flooded for 40 days.
49. It was only supposed to be a day. God damn.
The flash flood.
It's one of those, like,
Vicious.
did I leave the oven on moments?
Oh my god. No.
Did I
The
remember to take out the
bathtub
trash?
overflowed.
Oh.
Dynast says, trying to think. Killed the father to save the son.
Raise your hand if you've got religious trauma.
I have had to crack a Bible open more since starting this damn game. Good lord. My religious trauma's flaring up. Okay. Fantastic. Good to know. I will take these knives and just stick them in my back pocket for later.
No.
Yeah. But you all see these things written about you, and there are secrets that pertain possibly to others in the vicinity along with this poem.
Yeah, I think Lucius would try and identify, is this writing like newer graffiti style, or is this been here a while?
You're not sure.
Yeah, I think he's just sort of like that scene in movies where they always like touch the
Mhm.
graffiti on the wall. Like, I think that he is just sort of like tracing like he's tracing each of the secrets, feeding the library while doing so. But yeah,
Do these secrets disappear as you eat them?
I would say that the wall, if anything, that the secrets were written on becomes noticeably weaker, or there's like, as he's touching it, there's like a fungus or a lichen or some kind of like sign of decay that is following him as he does.
There are cracks and other various signs of decay in this stone wall that follow your hand. And as you do that, there's another part to this moment. And I'm not going to roll 1d4 to see who triggers it, because I think that you are the perfect candidate since you're actually touching the wall.
Oops.
But as you take all this in, what comes to life from within the wall?
I would say, to go on what we have seen and felt before, I think that what comes alive on the other side of the wall is going to be, we hear skittering.
Ooh.
Skittering related to potentially not like a rodent kind of skitter, but more of a insectoid like skittering, as we've already seen that this place is a problem with buggies in the walls.
Yeah, that skittering is quite loud, oddly, within solid stone walls.
Stone termites,
Uh-oh.
clearly.
No.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's super loud, like cicadas in like the south in the summer.
Oh.
Like it is that annoying, persistent bug sound.
The world screams at us.
What do y'all do next?
We don't have much time, I think is what Lucius says. Like using the bugs on the other side of a stone wall as a like, hey, like that shouldn't be happening. Weird shit like that happens when the door gets pretty close to opening. So I think
I'd like to grasp keys. I feel like
Okay.
this is a pretty saucy room, and that there might be some.
Might be a little something in the walls for y'all.
Yeah, might be something in those walls.
Okay.
Very much like Jericho, I would like to bring the walls down. WWE, the Bible, your choice.
wasn't it also a drama on TNT?
Not a very good one. That's right, Jericho fans. Fucking shots. Bang, bang.
2023, the year that the Jericho stands finally meet their match.
Nuts!
They've had it too good for too long.
There are dozens of us.
Okay, so I believe I have to roll for this.
You do.
Mhm.
Okay,
Grasp
here we
that
go.
key.
Should I use it? Do I have any darkness tokens? Let me take a quick. Or do I have any tokens? Let me see. 1 second. So sorry, y'all.
Take your time.
Oh, I do. I have 4 of them. I'm gonna use 2 darkness tokens because nothing bad will happen if I do that.
No.
Let's see.
I was wrong. Disastrous success.
What'd
Well.
you do?
If you didn't use those, you would have had a 10. Oh, that's so sad.
Boy.
I uncover a key, but there's a significant complication, cost, or fallout. The keeper will tell you what it is.
Yeah, you do uncover a key as the wall that Lucius was just touching begins to crumble, and the structure of this temple becomes unsound. And as the wall begins to fall away, you see where'd it go? I just had it here, and then I moved my finger by accident. Please be frightened for just a few minutes longer while I read through the document. You
Oh,
see, hidden behind the walls, a small and crooked shrine to a forgotten god of pain and violence who destroyed their own name. And your complication is this part of the building's coming down, and you are all still in it, along with the elder.
Science is gonna run.
I mean,
like,
I'll be
scoop up
fine,
The
but-
elder and is gonna start trying to head for the exit.
Okay, you can definitely do that. The elder is mostly robes and fabric. The elder is very light in your arms.
It's that old
Den.
person kind of.
It's that old person. Yeah. Yep. And I will add that to your sheet for you all. Yes. How do you all get out of this room safely?
Honestly, Judas isn't too worried about it. Super strength and supernatural resistance, he'll be cool. But he's kind of more focused on making sure he can help create a way out for y'all. So if there are things in the way like pews and stuff, he's just literally, it's not even trying to hide the supernaturalness of himself any longer. He's just throwing stuff aside.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we will take that as you doing something to get out of here. How about the rest of you? Din is carrying the elder.
Mm-hmm. And is just heading for the nearest exit.
Okay. I'd say you can definitely do that in a quick dash.
Is that
What about
mysterious book still there?
it is, but it was at the other end of the room. You could go for it.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Worst case, I fail and get experience.
Can I actually change what I was gonna do? Because I'm like, wait,
Uh-huh.
if I'm super strong, it makes more sense. I'm just gonna punch a hole in the wall so there's an easier access or easier exit out.
Okay. Do you have something that would allow you to punch through that? A move or something?
It's one of my what's it called?
It's just a thing
Powers?
you can do.
Powers of darkness. I have
Okay.
I have colossal strength and supernatural resistance. So I'm just
Okay.
like, oh,
Perfect. Perfect. You create a doorway, and we'll say that you and Din can pop right out onto the other side of the door. Lucius, you are going further into the room as it falls down around you.
Yes.
Fantastic. We'll get to that in a moment. Eden, what are you doing? You see Joe punch through this wall, and Joe and Din both boop out through the wall.
oh, I'm staying inside.
Oh, you're staying inside?
I placed the exit for them, but I'm trying to go
Okay.
get out. What are you doing?
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I just
You
did not
see
want Lucius.
Yeah, you
in
see
there by
Lucius running
himself.
further in.
Okay. Yeah, no. Joe's also here. Yeah, I think Eden is gonna dash on out. I don't think her abilities are gonna be super helpful here.
Okay. So you use your turn to dash out and move to safety. Oh goodness. This room begins to rumble and shake. The ceiling begins coming down around you, Joe, Lucius. Joe, you are going to probably need to figure out a way to help Lucius get out of here safely. Lucius, do you have any moves that will help you avoid the falling debris
Let me check.
as it comes down on you and you grab this book?
Well, revealing my heart to a collapsing building, probably not.
If you smash me, I'll be sad.
I think so. A lot of my moves are more interpersonal, so I won't be able to utilize much of that.
Can I ask what your powers of darkness are again?
Yeah, my powers of darkness are mystical powers I stole from my victims that I then never wrote down what those actually were. And
Well,
corrupting touch.
Why don't we make up one mystical power up now? I will say that you can make it up now, but you will take one condition.
Okay, done.
In order to
The
make that up in the
power
moment.
that I was actually thinking of is amorphous form.
Okay.
Like I can basically I turn into a gibbering mouther. As far as like just being like this mass of gnawing teeth and flesh. And so I think that what I could do is that I could use my gnawing edge of hunger, which is that my body transforms and then what I feed on. So seeing as how this book is like the last, like this had like mystical properties and all of that, like I think there is that like inner draw from the library that is encouraging him. We cannot let another source of knowledge be lost.
Okay.
And so I think that he is reaching out to basically just like to sink his teeth into the book, like to try and take from it whatever it can. So I think that like as stuff is coming down, like it like hits his shoulder, but you just see like his shoulder sort of like bend almost Looney Tunes style to meet it, and it sort of like sloughs through him as he has like this almost like gelatinous body as he is like rushing to go to the book.
Jello man. I love it. All right. Yeah.
It's all that
you
high
can-
fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, you can make it to the book and grab it and start absorbing it if you want to do that as you turn around and head out. Joe, do you do anything to assist Lucius in getting out?
Yeah, I'll unleash the dark. So
Okay.
I mean, as things are coming down, I like if anything like massive comes to squash the jello, I'm basically preparing to be there to catch it and go,
Okay.
really for a book?
Right? What a nerd.
So I will go ahead and unleash the dark.
Fabulous.
I'm not gonna add any darkness place because I got this. Fuck!
What was your roll?
Well,
A miss.
Hey
that's
guys,
the lowest you
baby.
could roll. To be fair, I don't think darkness tokens would have helped.
No, they wouldn't have.
Is
So
there
let's.
is there anything specific on your miss with Unleashing the Dark for your playbook that we need to take into consideration?
Nothing special, but it does say
Okay.
you have greatly underestimated them. The keeper will describe the desperate position you find yourself in.
Oh gosh.
I'm so
You-
sorry.
You go and you see this massive chunk of like one of those concrete pillars that are in these large old industrial buildings begin to fall down, and it goes to hit Joe, or it goes to hit Lucius, and you do save Lucius from it, but Lucius escapes being gelatinous. However, your leg ends up pinned underneath this.
Oh, you just hear like he's used to not being hurt because of the supernatural resistance, but even with supernatural resistance, physics and leverage, also it just there's just a shriek of pain.
Mm-hmm. It's not a fun time.
No.
Lucius, you see this happen. The pillar misses you and hits Joe. And you two are the only ones in the room.
Ah!
I
For a
think
book.
Lucius will like go over, like he'll turn back, go over to Joe, and look at him like dead in the eye and just say, there is nothing more important than knowledge in this world. And as he says that, he says, now I need you to be a big man about this and push past the pain. And I would like to feed off of the pain that Joe is experiencing from their crushed leg. So that way you can just do that, like, you can just have the superhuman strength and rage aspect of it. Especially because as I feed off of that, if I'm able to successfully feed off the pain, and also teacher, we have homework. You said that you would give me a condition for taking the amorphous form.
That's right. Let's
so I just want to establish that.
You know what? I like it when players hurt themselves. You pick your condition.
The condition that I have, it's uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, you are uncomfortable, my friend.
Literally, like, you know how like we always joke like, bisexuals don't know how to sit in a chair. Like Lucius is like, no chair. I am made of jelly. I can't. There's no.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Hell yes. Yeah, you are uncomfy.
So I would like to then feed off of Joe's pain, to get him to a point where he can focus and use his strength to get up. And I don't care if I overfeed at this point, because my main idea is that I just need you out of this place.
All right.
I'm gonna say in this moment, you feed on pain, but like at the end of pain, there is shame, because he's just gonna go, fine, just don't look. And as he conjures up his supernatural powers, his blood starts to turn silver and burn his skin, as he just, like, the more of his supernatural power he uses, the more that happens, and he just moves the pillar off of himself. Or rather, that's what he would do. Unless do I need to do another Unleash the Dark, or are we just narrating that he's able to do this? Because I don't mind going either way.
I think with Lucius's help, we will say that you are just able to do this.
Cool.
Lucius, is there a role for your feeding?
So for my feeding, there is the gnawing edge of hunger. So this is describe how my body transforms and what I feed on. So for that, I don't believe I have any darkness tokens. Let me just check. Yeah, I spent them all. Thank God. Okay. With that, let me see here. Boop. That is
Oh
a
my
miss on a 6. I lose control of the
Well.
hunger completely, and you describe how my form twists into obscene and heartbreaking new shapes. Prepare for the worst.
I love how prepare for the worst is right at the end of that.
You guys are so mean today.
Gain an
Hey,
experience.
it's the dice. It's the dice being mean to us. They said don't take time off, kids. I'm gonna hurt you. You feed, and Joe, you see this because you are right up close. Your form goes all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, Lucius, as you take on nearly in every single instance of your body the form of something or someone that you have previously eaten. There is silver blood now leaking from you as it leaks from Joe's leg, and there is normal blood leaking from. There's something green over there. There's a nose where your elbow should be. There is a book that has completely taken over one hand. And as you help Joe out of this predicament, you are walking out of there looking like a Picasso painting that got put in a blender with half of a library. You are more form than person.
I think he just sort of like shambles forward, and you can see that there is like a fluttering that goes down the side of his cheek and neck, but it's not a fluttering in like an animalistic sense. It's more like when you flip pages on a book from the spine and it just has that like wave. Like you can see that there are like page like ripples coming down him as he just like shambles forward.
It's quite difficult. There's like a
Every
almost
inch
like
of
one
me
leg
is pain.
almost yeah, only like one leg is almost like animal from like the knee down. It looks like you ate a cartoon character at some point. There's a Mickey Mouse hand just protruding from your ankle.
Because I took Joe's pain, I added the condition crushing pain to myself.
Oh, hell yeah.
So not only am I uncomfortable, I am in crushing pain.
I gave myself the condition raging.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Yes. Please hurt yourself so that I don't have to. I'll save that for the narrative. Yes. Din and Eden, you both see Joe limp out with something next to him wearing part of Lucius's pants. There might be a bow tie on there somewhere.
Oh.
I think very uncharacteristically, as he gets out, like he does that like Tobey Maguire bully, just like walking past Eden and like shoulder checks and doesn't even acknowledge it.
I think Lucius like walks out of this, like the form that used to be Lucius, and like brings up one of their like clawed hands, straightens their tie up a little bit, and like tries to like right themselves.
Your tie is not where you expect it to be when you go to reach for it.
It's like on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Cinches up. And just says, and walks by Eden. Not dead. Could be worse.
I don't think by much. Is there anything we can do?
And Lucius, I think, just sort of like looks and like his head like tilts a little bit. The door must close. Or I require food.
Okay. I think we could probably do that.
Yeah, and he just sort of like, I like to think that there is a moment where he sees his own reflection in like a puddle or like a window pane or something, and there is that moment where like he clocks himself as the monster that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And like you would think that it would affect him more, but if anything, you just see him like straighten up, and there is almost this like internalized pride at seeing the amalgamation that he has become.
Oddly enough, that scar that you bear on your face, it's not necessarily on your face, but the scar has not changed at all.
There is still like the eye patch that goes onto that. Like everything else has changed, but the eye patch has stayed the same. And I think he says, coat, hat. And he'll take the coat that Joe and Eden were hanging on to, and he just like goes to put his weird book hand into the sleeve, and there is a ripping sound as his arm just shoots through it.
Okay. Worth
So they
it.
won't know. It'll be great.
This payoff is more terrifying than I ever thought it could be.
That might be enough to remove the raging condition, to be quite honest. Like, that's what you deserve.
Oof.
All right, where are you all heading next?
As pissed as Joe is right now, he needs somebody to take it out on. I'm looking for Man Bun, especially after the shenanigans that he played.
Didn't he run? Is he not
Going
here?
to find a safe place to stash the elder. Just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can take the elder to another part of the building. This stone structure, it was kind of like, you know how they they'll have like courtyards or like I can see it in my head. A place where people put plants, like a greenhouse or a conservatory. It was it was almost like a second structure attached onto the wall of the existing structure. So it coming down hasn't affected the integrity of the rest of the apartment building.
I have a side question,
mhm.
which is that this building came down as part of a failed grasp at keys. What was the key that we got as a result of this?
You saw the shrine.
Shrine, yes.
Yeah, the
got
shrine to a, what was it?
A forgotten god of pain and suffering?
Yeah, god of pain and violence.
Violence.
Who destroyed their own name.
Okay, got it. I see it in the uncovered keys section now.
Yeah.
Sick.
So yeah, Joe's so furious right now. He's not thinking about the mission. He needs a viable target for the rage, and Man Bun was the first thought. So he's going to be asking around for him to see if he's still here, and if not, then it's going to be target number 2.
I'm scared to think who that is. Who are you asking about? Or who are you asking for if they've seen Man Bun?
I think I'm
was
going to
not the
ask
grammar.
Emily if she knows where Franklin is.
Okay. Let's see. So we'll say that you and Din are definitely heading into the building together towards that like community area. And having heard the fall of that structure, you see everybody is down here now. There were a lot of people here when Lily returned, but everyone is down here asking what's going on, what's happening, where is everyone? Is everyone okay? Essentially taking a head count, having heard some sort of collapse. And you see Emily over by Georgie, taking a head count. And Emily is in full call center agent mode. She is by the book, to the point, essentially helping running the show as they wait for Sister Teresa and Sister Dax to make their way here as well. And she sees you two walk in, and is there something I can assist you with?
Still holding the elder.
And Georgie will actually come forward and take the elder from you, Din.
The chapel came down.
Oh, that is incredibly regrettable. We will have to, we'll have to look into having that rebuilt at some point. Are you all okay?
Franklin. Where is he?
And Emily looks around. Not here?
Where does he stay? Where does he frequent?
Well, I believe that he has been around here lately, poking his nose into things. But I think that there's like a hotel or a hostel or something a couple blocks away. A lot of people tend to stay there.
You have the address.
And Emily will take out her phone and do a quick Google search for you and then just hold it up for you. I think it's that one. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Just walks out the door and heads into that direction.
Okay. You are heading towards this hostel. What's Din up to?
I think Din is just making sure that everybody's okay, but then also makes note of Joe leaving. Eden?
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Joe is incredibly angry at the moment, and usually when they're like this, there's not much that I can do to help. Would you be able to go?
I'll try my best. I agree. I don't think he should just be alone out there.
Usually, people that are associated with Joe's past are the last people that he wants to see. So, best I stay out of it.
I understand. You think you can help
I can
Lucius
see what I can
out?
do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Lucius.
Mhm.
All right, let's see what we can do. I'm going to just sort of sit with Lucius and are you all right?
Lucius's eyes are closed, and you just hear him take a deep breath in, and then a very quiet 2, 3, 4 exhales. 2, 3, 4. He still has the condition crushing pain on top of all of this. So right now he is just like focusing on channeling that, on literally focusing on anything else. And I think that you ask if there is anything that you could do to help, or if I'm okay. Could not hear you.
Is there anything that I can do? Sorry. I also have a small cat that is playing with a toy immediately by my feet.
And
just more debris falling in the background.
Lucius says, "There is one thing that you could do, but doing something along those lines is what got me into this mess to begin with.
Feeding.
You feel invincible, yes?
I
Ageless, timeless, beyond the passage of pain.
not necessarily.
Then tell me, Dynast, how exactly are you feeling in this moment? Maybe that would help make me feel a little better.
Concerned for my friends. Seem to be going in disparate directions. Sad for these people who've already lost so much, only to lose a place that brought comfort and hope. Concern that we'll fail again. Like we did at our last mission. If possible, I'd like to reveal my heart and try and connect with Lucius. And I'm gonna spend a darkness token. I'm not gonna spend any bonds on it though. That's a perfect hit.
Heck yeah. All right. And on a perfect 10, what happens for you?
So now this only really works on my end. I think I've got we grow closer and I can gain one bond with Lucius. They soothe your heart and I can clear condition. They give you hope and I can get a ruin, or I can clear a ruin, or they teach me something important and I can mark an XP.
Okay.
I'm
Now,
gonna deepen a bond with Lucius.
okay. Now I will say, Lucius, if you deepen this further, because there is a second part to this, if the person you're doing them with this is a PC, they choose to deepen the bond, or deepen the connection further, they can choose one of these as well. So this could potentially, if you think Lucius would open himself up more to Din, clear that crushing pain condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
how
down for
does how does Lucius open himself up more?
And Lucius says, failure is not an option. One door is understandable. It is not the best. But I think you know more than any that we can't lose. I've never been able to afford being able to lose. This is the one thing money cannot buy. We need to find this door. Because this place is bringing out the worst in us.
It is.
Not that Joe is in like
Seriously.
this
Chill.
normally. But the longer that we stay here, the closer that we get to the door opening. We are not in familiar territory. We are not in isolated territory. if the door opened while we are at an Arctic research base, the worst thing that happens is that a few more ice caps melt. It speeds up the overall clock by like what, 2-3 years, something like that.
These people's lives are at stake
Exactly.
if we fail here.
As I told Joe, there is nothing more important in this world than knowledge. But knowledge comes from people. And these people, their stories, their ideas, everything that they have, the rich history of the Manananggal. If they die here, that story dies with them. Left to be rewritten by some white guy with dreads. He's on a secret hunt for self-actualization. That is not embedding yourself in the culture. That is not learning anything other than how to observe through a gated lens.
Well then. You seem to be looking a little better.
Well, for one thing, I don't have a hoof anymore, so I'm getting started somewhere.
The hand's still a little cartoony.
Yeah, you can both go ahead and choose which option you would like. That was grow closer, gain 1 bond, soothe the heart and clear a condition, learn something important, mark 1 XP, or they give you hope, clear 1 ruin. So
I am no longer in crushing pain.
Hell yeah.
As I think, like, through breathing and talking with Dynast, like, his wild form, like, it's adapting back to his amorphous, like, body that he had, but it's still like, okay, I have to focus on moving my nose back to the center of my face. I have to focus on moving, like, my eye back to where it is supposed to be. Like, if they take a company photo right after this trip, he will look slightly just different. It's like what the Thatcher effect, where like if you flip somebody's eyes and like mouth upside down, like it still looks relatively human, but there's something very wrong that your brain does not want to recognize. Like he's Thatcher effect right now.
Fantastic. And what's Din taking on this?
I am getting 1 bond with Lucius. I currently have 1 bond with each of my compatriots.
Nice. Aw, look at y'all growing closer together. And with that, we are going to pop over, before we go to break, to Joe and Eden. Eden, you catch up with Joe. Joe, you are going full steam ahead to this address, and you hear the footsteps of your friend come up quickly behind you.
You shouldn't be here for this, Eden.
You please just tell me where you're going?
I'm going to give Franklin the story that he wants, and then I'm going to get every bit of information that he has. What's left after I'm done, there's no way to tell.
Okay. Do we think we could maybe just ask him and not destroy him?
There's the fun in that.
I don't know, not getting more media coverage.
You understand we're destined to fail. Whether it's today or tomorrow or in 100 years, it doesn't matter.
So is that the excuse that you're using to not try?
That's the excuse that I'm using to enjoy this Sisyphusian task.
I get it. I mean, it's tedious, and you're right, in the end, we're going to achieve the same result. But do you think that maybe we should think about what we're doing in the meantime? I mean, just because, I mean, you've said this yourself, most people think you're a horrible person.
I am a horrible person.
And you don't have to act like it. You said yourself there's no plan, there's no cookbook on how to be. So you could be something else if you wanted to.
I lost the privilege of that choice a long time ago. Me attempting to be a good man is a cat that barks. It's an amusement, an anomaly. Every now and then, especially when I find myself still capable of being injured for idiotic decisions, sometimes I have to give into my nature. I would rather not do that in front of one of the best people that I know, a good person. So I am asking you, walk away. Please. There's a difference between knowing what I am and he's gonna take the glove off and you're just gonna see the silver clawed hand clenched in a fist to the point where it's like digging in and silver droplets are falling to the ground and seeing what I am.
So you're sure there's no other way that you have to take it out on this human and not the person that made the decision in the first place? As annoying as Franklin is and the horrible things that he's done, I'm not contesting that at all. He's not the one that has triggered this wrath. This isn't the way. Can we please just talk about it, maybe?
Franklin is who I would be if I were born in his age. I am doing him a kindness. I'm going to snuff his light before he makes as huge a mistake as I did. I wish someone would have given me that mercy.
And perhaps, maybe, you should tell him that first and give him the choice.
Would either one of you like to use open your heart, as this has been a heart-to-heart between the two of you?
I think Joe's too pissed, but if Eden does it, I think he would reciprocate.
Okay, yeah, no, I was like, if you weren't going to, I was definitely going to. So yeah, no, let's do it. Okay, let me find it.
A man's life hangs on this roll.
I know, I'm so scared. You don't understand how scared I am. I feel like the dice are about to be so mean. There's gonna be nothing I can do about it. Okay, I have a bunch of darkness tokens, but do I want to spend them is the scary part. That's the scary part of this game.
It's scary when they start suddenly matter a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, no. I feel like I'm just gonna spend one. I'm
Okay.
gonna spend one, and I'm scared.
I just caught chess.
Perfect.
Wow.
Fantastic. Okay.
And if I had spent two, I was thinking about spending two. That's what mattered. I was on a razor's edge between a disastrous success and a perfect hit.
Okay. Fantastic. Joe, your turn.
All right, I have to roll it back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
You don't have to roll. You just you can reciprocate through the role play.
That's true.
Oh, in that case, I think Joe clenches harder and more silver comes out of that clawed hand. And he just like if he could drill a hole through somebody with a glare, that's what he's doing at Eden. And it's just
Yeah, she
I
doesn't break.
hate you right now. And in that moment, like there's like a silver tear, and it's just it's just he's frozen because damn it, this is a good person that's believing in him. And it's
See? You thought you couldn't, but now you do hate me. We're already making changes.
don't you you don't understand the things that I've done, Eden. You don't you,
Then help me to understand.
he's gonna unclench his hand and put the glove back on. And he's gonna walk over to Eden. And if it's okay, he's going to give Eden a hug. And he's going to whisper, the last time someone believed in me like this, the suffering I caused them was unimaginable. If you choose to stay here, if you choose to continue to believe in me, this only ends one way.
Yeah, she absolutely returns the hug and says, "Well, we'll worry about that when we get there. How about that?"
Let's go and go. I was really looking forward to ripping that man's head off. By
And
the
on that
top
note,
knot.
I think that's a great place to go to break.
Yes, this is a perfect place to go to break. This is incredible. I'm having a blast playing this game. 5 to 10 minutes cannot come fast enough, but that is how long that we are going to be out. So I'd like to say, once again, we will see you all shortly. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. And we'll see y'all shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. We're back. All of the audio levels say that we're good. So hello, everybody, and welcome. Hopefully, we can solve the mystery. Solve the mystery.
That's it. No feels have been had.
Yeah. No hurt feelings.
0.
Feels in this show?
What in the game that's all about opening your heart to one another and talking about how you feel in the moment and confronting your inner demons? Let's roll some initiative. So we left off with Joe and Eden having a heart-to-heart and getting talked down from doing something that is logically a very, very bad idea. Where did the two of you go next?
Joe is in a vulnerable state, so wherever Eden takes them, they will go.
Fair enough.
Sorry to put the onus on you,
No,
buddy.
no, you're totally fine. Like I'm wondering if like we really can get like any more information from Franklin. I kind of doubt it. But maybe. Let's see. We're already halfway over. You know what? Let's go talk to Franklin. Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. As you two walk through the crowded streets, there's a lot of traffic, both foot traffic and motor traffic. And as you get there, you do find this not quite a hostel, not quite a hotel. It's a low budget uh space. It doesn't seem that mom and dad sprung for a fancy hotel for their son to stay in, or maybe he just wanted the street cred of staying in a place like this on his travels. But you do make your way in to the, let's see, what would be a low budget hotel or hostel name?
Traveler's Lodge.
The
Bucket
Travelers,
shots.
the Travelers Lodge.
It's
I
better
love
than
it.
I thought. I was like, what, Hostel 6? Yeah.
You walk into this place and it's very basic. The furniture in it looks more like something you'd see in a older office. It doesn't look like there are comfortable chairs and tables in the main area to sit on, and behind a counter that was probably once a lovely yellow shade, now faded with age, is a gentleman sitting there watching on a small TV a local sports game.
I suppose I should.
I was like, what game is it?
I don't know, a sports team that's popular there. Why
Okay.
are you asking these questions?
What
Hang
have
on.
I done?
We've gone off script, so
Sorry. I just assumed it killed me.
it is a basketball team, and a team name does not come up immediately, but it's a basketball team.
Okay, yeah, no, that's
Okay.
totally fine. That's more than I needed to know. I'm sorry it took you off guard like that. Yeah, I mean, Eden will just kind of approach, say, hey, is your team winning?
Huh? Oh, yeah, no. No, they're not. Can I help you? Did you want a room? We've got a special.
We're here to see our friend Franklin.
Franklin.
He told us to come here, but he forgot to mention what room he's in. White guy, top knot. I imagine that you would remember him.
Walks around with the camera, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be in like his like vlog video. I don't know, documentary. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, let me see here. And this gentleman starts flipping through the hotel log of who is staying here. And third floor, room 16.
Perfect. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah. You want me to call him and let you know you're
No, that won't be necessary.
Sounds good.
Hey, Joe's gonna pull out like $200 and just hand it to this guy.
You're not booking a room,
No.
right? Oh,
Just
you're
in
not
case.
going to do anything that gets me fired while you're up there, right?
Absolute-
Because this is kind of shady, just being handed $200 on a.
Absolutely, maybe.
Make it 4, and I never saw you.
There you go.
Takes that money. pockets it,
Oh man.
goes back to watching his basketball game.
Gonna just head to room 16.
You do have to take the stairs to get
Mhm.
up. There is no elevator in this establishment, or if there was one, it no longer works. But you do head up there to room 16. It's at the end of the hall. The hallway smells a little musty. Smells like, you know, when you're walking down a hallway in a cheap hotel and they have a pool, and the hallway just has that permanent chemical pool musty smell.
Yeah. Is it a
That's
little
what-
humid too?
Yeah, that's what this floor has.
Yeah.
But there's no pool.
It's just like that.
Yeah. I've been to places like that. Never fun.
Yeah.
Don't look at the floor.
Don't look at.
Gonna make
Yeah.
much of it.
The
Don't
more
you
you
dare
look
bring a
at
black light in
anything,
here.
the worse it gets.
Wear sandals if you are showering there. Do not let your feet touch that tile.
Yeah. We've all stayed at this place.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're able to walk down the hall to room 16.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the door, and you can see he cocks his fist and then looks at Eden.
You knock. And you wait. There's no sound from the other side of the door.
Let me test the door to see if it's unlocked.
Gently.
Shit. Is it locked?
It is, but it's not a very sturdy lock.
Yeah. It wouldn't matter even if it. I'm just gonna
There you
turn
go.
gently
Mhm.
until it's a little less gentle. Not gonna rip the door down, but I
Exactly. As long as you're not breaking the door down, it's fine.
I will coax the lock open with as much pressure as necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the lock must have been broken. But we're in.
You are definitely in. It's a bare bones room. There's a bed. Looks uncomfortable. It has that oddly fall floral comforter on it that most like hotels seem to favor under a certain budget. The pillows are too small for the size of bed that's in the room. There's yeah, that's the worst. There's a small desk with some boxes and it looks like bags for camera equipment. There's a suitcase propped up on the chair that would probably go to the desk, partially open. But you are alone in Joe's room or in Franklin's room.
Do we see any sort of computer stuff? Like a laptop or spare phone or anything that might have his access to his cloud?
You spend some time searching and you find a laptop. It's kind of wedged underneath a pile of clothes in his suitcase.
Gross.
Yeah. You hope they were clean when you moved them.
I know they weren't.
Not with this guy. And it's a, I don't know, like it's like a mid-tier gaming laptop.
Oh, he's got a gaming laptop. God, this
Yeah.
guy really does suck.
He's one of those.
Listen, the specs
Oh,
work for
no.
video editing, okay?
It's red and black and glows. Okay, it's
Oh, the
There's-
lights make it run
Oh.
faster.
There's just some RGB that lights up if you turn this thing on.
It's like neon. Like,
Sounds
all
a
right.
little bit like a motorcycle.
He has his own merch stickers stuck to the outside.
But you know,
Oh.
sometimes that's not so bad.
Yeah, what a loser. Oh, fuck. Okay, I need to change real quick.
Let me just put my water bottle away.
Please don't look at my own MacBook sitting in the corner.
I would like to grasp for keys while I'm here.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
yeah, along that, like more specifically, I know in one of the videos we did see of him, he mentioned having salt. So I'm like way like on alert for seeing like what he meant by having either if it was Manananggal salt or if he just means actual salt. Neither of which are
Okay.
good, but like one is a
Yeah.
lot worse than the other.
Okay. One of you go ahead and look for some keys.
So do one of us
you
look
will-
for keys or both?
You
of
both
us?
will. Let's resolve one at a time, though.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, no worries, no worries. I was
You're
just clarifying. A perfect.
Nice. You know what? I'm
Okay.
gonna go ahead and spend one again.
Okay. On a perfect hit, is that one key or two?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, both of them are.
Jeez.
I didn't mean to do that, but okay.
You just keep you're on fire
Ah.
today.
Ended on a bad note, and the dice have been like, no, it's fine. I love you. You're perfect. You've never done anything wrong.
Oh boy.
The dice are showing favorites. Okay, let's see. Sorry, like grass keys. Let me read
Mhm.
that. On a perfect hit, you uncover a key. The keeper will tell you what it is. So, on a perfect hit, we just find the key and nothing bad happens.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Joe. You find that this dingus does not even have a password to unlock his computer. And on it, you find a collection of photographs of different Manananggal residents, all taken with a telephoto lens. I'm going to copy and paste this, and when I do, it says it's supposed to be an envelope, but we're dealing with a YouTuber, so it's now it's now a computer. Let's see, and then where was the other one? Eden, as Joe is going through the computer, you look through the items on the desk. There's bags and boxes, a lot of really cheap souvenirs, like stuff you wouldn't want to like even take home yourself. A lot of really weird keychains here. But as you go down to one of the boxes that is on the bottom, you find a collection of Manananggal hair and nails, carefully tagged and preserved. And in that box, there's also near that box a note. And it is a to-do list. And on one of them, or one of the items, it's like go to the grocery store, find laundromat, that sort of thing, charge batteries. And towards the bottom, it says, send second box to producer.
Yeah, no, Eden is absolutely going to share that information. Say, well, it turns out it might not have been so bad for you to go after him, but at least we have a reason to do so now.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's good.
This isn't good, and I'm getting increasingly concerned that he's not here. I think he might be out doing something.
I'm pretty sure he is, and he's gonna turn the computer over to show you the photographs of all the different Manananggal residents. Oh, I'm also gonna look for compromising pictures on his computer while I'm here.
Oh yeah, you find all of the footage of you. You find stuff of him just like going around town, like taking like weird angle selfies.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'm going to collect a healthy amount of blackmail.
okay.
And send it to my account. I'm going to erase the pictures of the Manananggals,
Mm-hmm.
and all the compromising stuff that I put on his computer. And then I'm just going to open up a sticky note so that when he opens up his computer, the first thing he sees is, you like to air out secrets. Maybe I'll take up your hobby.
Okay. Sounds good.
You know, Eden, maybe this was better than ripping him apart.
Well, I'm glad at least we learned that violence wasn't the answer. I suppose that, baby steps. Baby steps.
Yeah, just to remind you, Dynas got me out of hell, so old habits and all.
Hmm.
I mean, I did blackmail back in the day, but I did other things. So you can teach your old dog new tricks. What do you think the others are doing?
And on that note, let's go check what the others are doing. What are you two up to? It's been a while. Eden and Joe still haven't come back.
I haven't heard any sirens, so it can't be too bad.
I haven't smelled any smoke, so definitely not.
Yeah, I'm sure she was able to cool him down.
Everybody around this place is still like they're a little shook up, or how are the emotions in folks right now?
Everyone is concerned, but happy that no one was hurt. Happy that you all are all okay as well. Sister Dax and Sister Teresa have finally made their way down from Sister Teresa's office. And they are doing their best to assist the folks here as well, including you. Someone has brought out some sandwiches and some drinks, and everyone is essentially they're all just essentially staying together as a community and supporting one another. They're still not quite sure what happened to cause the structure to collapse. And they're all just kind of talking with the sisters, and every once in a while someone looks over at you. Elder Urdua was taken to someone's apartment to rest and lay down. But other than that, everyone that you have met has arrived here, and Sister Teresa comes over to you all and, well, quite the commotion. I probably should have brought a drink with me and several more for later, but how are all of you doing? What did you do?
The back wall in the chapel. Some of the vines came loose. There were things written on it, and then it crumbled, and the entire area lost structural integrity.
Like graffiti, or
That was like graffiti. You could say this.
Graffiti. Prophecies.
Okay. Oh, graffiti,
Secrets.
prophecies, and secrets. Okay.
About each
Well.
and every single one of us here.
Oh. All right. Where's where's Joe and your other little friend? Where'd everyone? Where'd they go?
Were going
Is
to
Joe
track
okay?
Joe is fine.
Okay. Ooh, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna.
Eden should be with Joe.
Okay.
So things should be calmed down.
That is good to know. And she takes out a cigarette and lights it right there in the common room.
Are you all
Take-
right, sister?
Well, it's never a good day when part of the building you're in collapses. But you know what? We will deal with it. We will come up with a story as to why it happened. Um, any leads? This wasn't part of the murders, was it? Or kidnappings. I suppose they might not necessarily be murders now since someone's been returned.
We are not sure, but we are investigating every opportunity that we can. This is where Joe and Eden ended up going to tie up a loose end, as it were. Don't worry about the structural integrity of the building. The elder has received a sizable donation before this all occurred, so you should have the funds to put everything back the way that it was, if not
Right.
better.
The elder. What exactly happened with the elder?
I
Was the
cannot
elder
say.
caught in? Oh, okay. Right. Do you think that's do you think what happened to the elder is related to the murders? Should we be concerned? Is there
No.
a
I
Okay.
don't believe so.
Okay. Well, just in case, I'm gonna send Sister Dax to stay near them. Stay near the elder. Stay near.
Is there like a figure someone out roll? I'm just trying to suss out Sister Teresa a little.
Let's see. What would that be? That would
I mean,
probably
there is. I mean, I have a move that I could use. When you declare how the wisdom of your people may help in a situation, spend darkness tokens and roll for ashes to ashes. I can see the fractured memory in the face of another monster. Declare what that memory is and gain a bond with that PC or NPC.
That sounds like it's only for monsters, and
Yeah, it
Sister
does say
Teresa's a
monsters.
human.
It's human.
Yeah.
That we
let's
know of.
see.
I mean, I also have. Oh, okay. So I can unleash the dark. Just be like, sister, what aren't you telling us? Is there anything that you haven't said? And when I unleash the dark, because I got enough experience to do an advancement, I took an advancement that gives me some extra stuff when I unleash the dark.
Oh boy, what
and I
do
get
you
to
do?
choose some options even on a miss.
Okay,
So first I'm gonna roll.
go for it.
I didn't even get the chance to click on darkness tokens. Shoot. Okay. I guess that's a 6.
Okay. So that would be a miss.
I missed. I underestimated them, and you can describe the desperate position I find myself in. But even on a miss, I can choose to uncover a key at great cost, gain their affection and admiration, gain their fear and loathing, or see into their soul and declare what I find there.
Okay.
And that last one is real saucy.
It is. And I think, does that mean I tell you what you see in their soul, or you say what you see in their soul?
I
I'm
don't know.
reading
It
it
says
too.
I see into their soul and declare what I find there.
Okay.
I think that like as Dynast is saying like these things to the sister, I think the eyes get a little bit more hollow, like a few of the stars that are in the eyes begin to go out.
Mm-hmm.
The gaping void in the chest expands a little bit, and some pieces of the skin gets cracked like porcelain and begins to sort of fall away. As I sort of look into the sister's eyes and into the soul, I think I see you're not concerned for the people here. You're concerned about something else. What is it?
You say this, and oh well, I'm concerned about a lot of things. I'm concerned. I mean, of course, I'm concerned about the people here. Who wouldn't be concerned? That's my whole job. I am mainly concerned that, oh gosh, I'm mainly concerned that right now I might lose my job because we still have a murder on the loose and no one's found it. And now the building is literally coming down around us.
It's more than that.
Look, if there's one thing that I've learned in my time as a liaison, it is that, and she looks to the rest of the room, it is that bad things continually happen to those who are, I hate using the word monstrous, but honestly, it's applicable in this situation. More so than humans. I mean, bad things happen to humans too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It just seems to me that sometimes fate just has a way of sticking its nose into things, and I know many people do not believe in fate, and then the many people do. And I'm just concerned that this is something that has been put into motion that just cannot be stopped. That is my concern. Otherwise, surely all of you from Division would have stopped it by now. You are supposed to be the best. Isn't that why they send you all out here? And she takes another long drag of her cigarette.
It is.
Mind you, dear, I'm not trying to blame you, any of you at all. It's just, the longer this goes on, the bigger it feels.
It is. When it's the fate of the entire world, it's about as big as it can get.
And she nods in agreement.
You don't have to say monsters. You could say monstrous. Just because we're monstrous doesn't mean we're monsters.
That is true. That was a poor choice of words, and I do apologize.
It's fine.
Cigarette?
No.
Okay. I'd offer you a drink again, but...
I actually don't imbibe either.
Oh.
I don't actually need to.
Well, I mean, no one
Being a-
actually needs to, but have you ever even tried it?
I don't necessarily see the point.
Huh.
The Lord didn't really give me a taste buds or a stomach.
And that statement seems to kind of catch her off guard as she contemplates no taste buds or stomach for a solid 3 minutes.
I usually just grab a glass of water to put people off of that whole thing.
You could also carry an empty cup.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm also, technically speaking, if you were to look upon my true form, it would be wheels upon wheels and eyes and feathers and wings. Or a creature with several heads.
You don't know?
It's been a long time.
Oh, well, that is fair. All right.
Anyways, we should get back to it.
Yes, and I should get back to keeping people calm. We're just going to say that it was vandalism, if the news asks, or if any of the local people ask. It was vandalism. Vandalism brought the building down, and it will be rebuilt.
If you manage to go back in there, sister, you might. I was a little further away, but you might find best someone skilled in the holy and the unholy go in there first.
Okay. Anything
For
specific?
Shrines. Just be careful when removing the debris. Don't want it to collapse on someone else.
All right. We will take that into consideration. Thank you for the warning.
All right. Lucius, should we try and retrieve our friends?
They will be back to us in due time. Before they return, before we went to the chapel, I believe you and I both wanted to inspect the greenhouse upstairs to see
Joe
what
and
they...
Eden saw it, but I think there's no harm in us having a look ourselves.
Lucius will nod, and then will extend his hand out to you to help him up off the ground.
I'll grab the Mickey Mouse hand.
Oh.
Why does it feel like rubber?
Eventually the bones will go back to where they need to, but as you may or may not know, the number of bones in a hand are there's almost more in the hand than the rest of the body.
Boing.
All right.
The bones are wrong.
Sorry, I had just recovered from the first laugh of Mickey Mouse.
Please clip that.
Please. Please.
Oh God.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Deep breath, Everett. Please take breaths. Oh my god.
Mickey Mouse is truly a biblically accurate angel.
Where are you all going?
We're going up to the
Upstairs, rooftop greenhouse, because last session that we had played, we had heard about the Manananggal salt. And typically greenhouses have things like lime for which is also a white powdered thing for helping promote growing. So Lucius's thought from last session was to check to see if any of this Manananggal salt was being held in the greenhouse potentially, or at least knowing what he knew from the vision that he had received that was also centered out of this greenhouse.
Okay. Yep. You head up to the rooftop garden. There are some fungal items that are growing up here. As we discovered last time, the roof is packed with every imaginable plant that could be used for cooking, medicine, or anything practical. And you begin looking around. There's a few bags of just common fertilizer lying around. If you would like to grasp at some keys, we can do some of that and see if there's anything up here. But as you come up here, it's very peaceful up here. It's getting a bit later in the day. The sun is beginning to set. You can see the other buildings nearby. Some of their rooftops have similar gardens.
I've heard these are good. Sort of point at some cherry tomatoes. I wouldn't know.
And Lucius, I think, eyes them and nods and continues to sort of take advantage. Let me see here. I with my fail earlier, I was able to take an advance. So I would like to use my advance move for this. I have taken a move from another playbook.
Okay.
I have taken the move Death Walked Here from the Shade, which is when I seek to reconstruct events or learn something valuable in an area. Spend Darkness tokens and roll.
Ooh.
Okay.
So,
Is that getting you a key if you succeed?
no. So if I succeed on an 8 to 10, Death shows you exactly what happened here. In addition, you draw Death close to you and ask two that Death will answer. What glimpse beyond these events can you show me? What important item or knowledge was taken from here? What evidence will help my investigation? How can I use this as a leverage? Or what draws Death close? Draw a line between a key and a facet of the mystery. Declare an irrevocable truth about the mystery.
Ooh.
On an 11 plus, the whispers of death overwhelm me. Choose one from above and one from below. Death lingers and holds you. Mark one condition. Death shows you what you do not wish to see. Mark one ruin. Or you bring someone else closer to death. Destroy one bond to no effect. And on a 7 or less, the laws of the dead and dying are compromised somehow. The keeper will tell you what happens next.
Oh dear. Okay.
Seems fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so spend and roll.
Ah!
What was it?
A 7.
7.
Can you spend bonds after a roll?
Sometimes it depends on the move. Some of them don't have bonds that you can spend. Let me see. Which one was this? Death Walked Here?
Mm-hmm.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Let me look. Where'd my PDF go? Oh no. Oh. I accidentally closed what I needed open. Oh
Let
no.
me check.
Gotta hate when that happens.
Okay, let's see here. Bum, 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 bum.
After the roll, the player decides if they want to spend bonds to change the result by a +1 or
Okay.
a -1. So
So spending it would make it an 8, right? If you add to it.
Yep. So what I am going to do, I'm definitely going to spend that because
Okay,
that
go for
sounds
it.
like the correct thing to do. The bond that I am going to spend, the only person who is around me right now is Dynast. So I feel like expending my bond with Dynast, setting that to 0, is the most applicable.
Okay.
So with this ability, it is all about inviting death and the whispers of death and that sort of thing. And who better to pull that information from than Dynast? Over the last 30 minutes, hour or so, it's just been Dynast and Lucius. And Lucius very much like takes from everything around him. Like even if he's not doing it consciously, there are still elements of the things that he's surrounded by that he takes in. And on this particular journey, they've been surrounded by death. They've not only have been surrounded, or not only did they see the forgotten statue of the god of pain and violence, who, you know, removed their own name, But Dynast, as stated previously, is an avatar of destruction. Dynast is like death incarnate, like this idea. But I also like the idea that potentially, because there are many books of the dead, but one of the books stored away in his library is written by the final author. This, like, essentially this book of the dead that he has since eated upon. Or maybe that has to do with the special book that he found in the temple that he went back to get. Who knows? But so if anything, maybe that's like, because he still has big weird book hand. So I feel like as like the pages merge in and he regains like a steady hand, he is able to kind of pick up on things, whether or not they are accurate or not. So with an 8, in addition, death shows me exactly what happened here, first off. And then in addition, I draw death close to me, and I get to ask it too. So the things that I would like to ask it, what draws death close? Being that we draw a line between a key and a facet of the mystery, declare an irrevocable truth about the mystery. And then also, what evidence here will help my investigation?
Okay, which one do you want to do first?
What evidence is here? Because depending on the evidence, it might change the irrevocable truth that we are about to just like lay out for this mystery.
Sounds good. Let me see here.
Yeah, now it just looks like that anime, like his hand is covered in bandages, but he can still use it perfectly, but it's just pages of this weird book of the dead that he found.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. I'm looking through bits of the mystery. Let's see what we got left. Okay. We'll do this one. You do find a piece of evidence here as you're looking around. You look through the pots and the you look around the trellises. There's a small like potting shed that's kind of built up against one of the like the side of the entryway where you came out onto the roof. And as you open that and you begin rummaging through there to see if anything was missed, your hand falls onto a duffel bag. And in the duffel bag, you find a cheap disguise. One which bears a passing resemblance to one of the victims who was taken, Lily Bautista, who has since been returned.
Okay. So then the question is, and I mean, I feel like I already kind of know this one, but as far as like what draws death close, I mean, we are on take 4 out of 6 for our apocalypse clock. So I feel like that's probably close, but death is not answering at that point. So
for that, you can. So I think that with that, you declare a line between a key and a facet of the mystery, and
yes.
I'm pretty sure that no matter what the consequences of the roll are, that will always be true.
That is correct.
So you can pick which two you want to connect, and go ahead and resolve that.
So I would like to connect the Harbinger with the smashed cell phone full of desperate and angry text messages.
Okay. What's the connection between the two?
The connection as far as this irrevocable truth. This place, from what we know on a meta standpoint, because I feel like for connecting this, we kind of have to go from what we know.
Oh yeah, this game is yeah.
So from what we know, even if Francis, Franklin, thank you. I was really close both times.
Vincent.
Yeah. So with Franklin, we know that what's going on with him most likely is not from his own doing. He is, relatively speaking, a middleman. He could even be like being put up to a lot of this in return for funding. So as far as the smashed cell phone full of desperate and angry text messages, I think that conversation, or at least the messages, were between Franklin and whoever is really pulling the strings on this one. So I think that the conversation that was had, I think that those two have been are now corollary, that they are drawing off of each other.
Okay. And that is the irrevocable truth of that. So you found this, and you've kind of made that connection in the process. Let's check back in with Eden and Joe. Are you two still on your way back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think we should get back as soon as we can, knowing what we know now.
Yeah. Is there any conversation that you have on the way back?
I think a good person would thank you for stopping me. I don't want to thank you, but I was just thinking out loud.
Well, I think that's a good thought to have.
Yeah, that's probably what a good person would think. That's not the thought I'm actually having. I was thinking that a good person would think that. I'm not actually thinking that, though. I'm thinking his heart would have made a good stress ball.
Oh, that's kind of gory, don't you think?
Have you ever ripped out someone's heart? It's actually cathartic.
Can't say I have.
You know, don't knock until you try it.
Noted, I guess. Hey, now that you're like, I don't know, you thought about what a good person would think. So I don't know. Again, baby steps.
I'm telling you, this whole believing in me thing is going to end poorly for you. I wonder how poorly it'll end for you, though. The last one was pretty impressive, as you can probably see in everything. You ever fuck up so bad a crusade happened?
No. Mine usually does the opposite of bring people together. It usually scatters them.
Are we comparing our body counts? Because
I guess not intentionally. I didn't think about that until I said it.
I'm impressed, honestly.
And as you say that you're impressed with Eden, the clock ticks forward. As you're walking through the streets, on the other side, past the traffic, in the crowds, you both see a veiled figure standing motionless, the head turning with you as you approach. And hands with too many fingers reach forward and lift the veil above the head. And standing there in what you feel like may be some Victorian dress is a creature with too many mouths, too many hands, and too many wings. And in your heads, a symphony of discordant voices growl a forbidden prayer as it points at the two of you. And in the back of your mind, amidst the cacophony of unintelligible voices, you hear a quiet, "My liege, is this truly what you want?" And then a bus passes before you. And when the bus passes, the figure's gone.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Din and
Okay.
Lucius, at the same moment, there is a rumbling beneath your feet within the building. And you hear distantly. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where it's coming from, but you hear a song that has been lost to time. You hear the songs of angels singing somewhere below you. Dynast, you know with certainty that there is a ritual that has begun within this building. You can hear the result of its beginning. But will you be able to stop it before it ends? And honestly, I think that's a really good place to leave it off till next week.
Yeah?
No!
Fucking A.
Ah!
Yuck.
I know we're
Don't
a
like
little
any of
early,
this.
but,
This is great.
Yeah.
Sarah, this is incredible. Thank
It's
you so
so
much
good.
for GMing. I'm absolutely loving this, but I'm loving it whenever any of these folks are on the channel. Hey, Sarah, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey, everybody. I'm Sarah Roberts. You can find me all over the internet as the Hype Goblin, where I GM games over on my own channel and sometimes here now. If you want to know more about me, go to hypegoblin.com/events, and you can see my full calendar as it currently stands. That's me.
You're muted.
Am I muted?
Yeah, you were.
Oh, no, I just wasn't talking loud enough because I was scared to speak because I forgot if it was my turn or not. Hi, everybody. I'm Noir. I played Joe. Joe was wonderful for me to filter my rage about the Chicago Bears into a character. I should probably be telling you where you can find me, but I'm going to use this time to vent. No, I'm just kidding. You can find me all over the internet as Nino R Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Hive, Blue Sky, Mastodon, FetLife, OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. That's it.
Yeah, we're not on Mastodon.
Last thing I should shout out. I am auditioning to be the host of One Shot Network podcast. So if you like podcasts, go listen to my audition. Episode 1 is up today. Episode 1 came up. I'm gonna try that again. Episode 1 came out last week. Episode 2 comes out tomorrow. Let them know you like me so I can have a job. Cool. Bye.
What's the best way for us to let them know that?
Oh, right. There is going to be a survey that you can find on oneshotnetworkpodcast.com. And also leave reviews wherever you listen to podcasts and be like, "Oh my God, Noir, he was so cool." In fact, that's exactly what you should post. That's it.
If everyone goes and does that
Everyone,
this week,
the same thing, everybody.
if everyone goes and does that this week, I will give you a free reroll for each cast member. So
Listen, I don't even care about the
Go do
job
it.
anymore. I just need that reroll. You saw what Roll20 did to me today.
Nah, that was me with Call of Cthulhu on Roll20 yesterday. It was not happening.
Every time Roll20 makes
Yeah.
me roll bad, I want to beat up Brutal Dan, and I love him.
I have just stopped using digital dice at this point. All VTTs hate me. I had a character who never rolled above a 10 in our D&D game on Roll20. It was bad.
I guess that leaves me next. Hi, everybody. I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita or Critical Mrs. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space. You can find me at places. You can find me as Panita most places. But if you want to see the things that I do in the AP space, I am the founder and runner of the Critical Mrs. Twitch channel. We just finished a little bit of a rebrand with some new logos and some new stuff, and we've got some new channel programming coming up in the future. So please stop by and give us a follow and do the things. I'm also the co-host with Noir of Morning Ritual, which is a TTRPG talk show. And I believe our guest this week is I'm blanking on the name, but he did the deck of player safety, which is really cool because you should always have safety tools in your games. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
Yeah. And that leaves me, I guess. Hey everyone, it's me, SirHeckaLot. And as per usual, tonight I played Eden, the Found Playbook. You can find me on all the social medias at SirHeckaLot, including Twitch, Itch, I guess Twitter as long as it's still around, Blue Sky. I'm all over the place. Just find me. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wander just a whole lot. Most notably for like the next 2 weeks or so, you can catch me over on Neon Lights Roleplay every other Monday for Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, and every other Friday for Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, Arrival of the Frost Maiden campaign. I'm also over on Enchanting Sorcery every other Tuesday for Into the Old Margrave and Into the Woods inspired campaign. I am doing a special event next Saturday. I'm going to be doing a Capture the Flag. Well, I'm participating in a Capture the Flag type 5e event called Battle of the Bags, where we are going to try to steal a bag of holding from the other team and combine them and shunt all of us into the astral plane. And whichever team does that first wins. And it's going to be a mess. We're all level 15, so we have 8th level spells and stuff. It's going to be wild. You don't want to miss it. That's going to be over on Magic Academy. I'm very excited. We have a bunch of other stuff in the works, especially for Halloween. So just stay tuned for October, because it's going to be wild. But yeah, that's enough for me.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time until it happens to Standard Time. And then my state was one of the ones that voted to not have to do Daylight Savings Time anymore. So I don't know when that's
I'm so jealous.
Gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably... The heat death of the universe will happen before they give up on fucking with my hours every week or every fucking year. We also do our 4 Keeps campaign on Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our party is in the final arc of our levels 1 through 20 campaign. We started this game 5 years ago, and we're almost done. It's weird. It's wild. I'm having a great time. But speaking of having a great time, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So we are going to be heading off to there. The best place that you can ask us questions is if you join us on Discord. The link can be found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. But while we head off there, we are going to ferry you all to an absolutely wonderful place. We're going to send you over to my dear sister over at LB Hack'em-Ups. So enjoy your stay. Tell them that we said hi, or just spam the word raid in chat as many times as you can, because I know that she loves seeing that. So until next time, thank you all for coming out. Thank you to these players, or thank you to Sarah for running this game. Thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.